Target Terror. This is a railcart stage. There's a couple of these. They all have different, like, basic core physics of how you move on these carts. Thing with the wall in the foreground hides the gold feather, by the way. Just need to kind of jump there to find it. So this stage, the gimmick is that you have these gates and the barrels. And when you hit the checkmark barrel, it opens the gate. Or if you hit an X barrel, it closes the gate. And if you hit a closed gate, then you will take damage. This stage I find very annoying because every time, when I first play this stage, I will die on the first time that you need to move between carts, because it does not maintain your momentum when you stop being on a cart. The whole time you're on the cart, you'll be, every time you jump, you continue moving forward, but then when the cart falls away and you need to go to another cart, it will just stop you dead. Like right there, you need to hold forward in order to make it across to the next cart, because otherwise you'll just not be moving forward anymore all of a sudden and fall into the pit. And that's something that is in this stage. It is not in the other minecart, the other railcart stages. That's not how the other stages work. And they've had minecart stages in Donkey Kong Country 1, and those had the mechanics of how they worked were different and individually unique sometimes. And it just that's one of the things, that even when they have gimmicks that look very similar, they seem to be designed from the ground up, because they're all they have very unique mechanics that you can't really apply your mastery of one version of the gimmick to a different one. So it's just not. I don't like it. Anyway, that's the stage, Target Terror, and there's a little blast barrel to get the little end goal bonus target thing. Bramble Scramble. This is a bramble stage without all the blast barrel. You just are running around and there's brambles. And, okay, there are some blast barrels, but it's not all about blast barrels. It's mostly about scrambling over the brambles. There's a photo over here. Hidden, behind the start. It's behind the start. They start you at a spot where you need to go left from the start, which is always... that's something that Nick always calls out. It's actively going against gaming convention, which... It's not that big of a deal, but this game does kind of expect you to rely on gaming convention sometimes, so that kind of makes it a bit more of a problem. By the way, over here, when you grab an invulnerability barrel, you are invincible, your partner is not. So if you do a team throw and throw your partner onto the spikes, you're invulnerable, but they will still take damage, and you'll lose the extra hit. So, there's that. Which, again, it's just a weird kind of... not exactly inconsistent, but it's... You have this thing that you are told makes you invulnerable, and you think, oh, okay, that means I can't take hits. But no, there is actually this specific situation where you can take a hit. Anyway, Xbox. Again, they really like putting squawks in the brambles. Just like making you carefully maneuver through the deadly walls with a flight mechanic that is difficult-ish to control. Like, okay, I shouldn't say ish. It is difficult to control. Like, it takes a bit to get the hang of. I eventually did get the hang of it. By the end, I was really good with squawks. But it does take a bit to get the hang of. And especially requires you to fully understand how ascending and descending, like the speed at which you ascend and descend, and how you can make that faster or slower with your buttons. We've just got a bunch of... Yeah, the Renzingers are kind of a weird thing. It's like, we've given you the ability to kill stuff. We're going to take that away in specific situations. In any video game, I always feel like a little bit bothered by an enemy that you cannot kill, when normally enemies are things that you kill and clear, and that's how the game works. And just like, whenever there's an enemy that is the special enemy that you can't kill, then that always kind of bothers me a little bit. Bothered me much more as a kid, but, you know, that's just not it. Anyway, Squitter. Oh, there's a secret there, because there's a banana in the brambles, so that means there's a hidden thing there. That's an inconsistent thing, because other times they've had bananas in the walls that you cannot actually grab in any way, so they don't indicate anything, but it was one banana and not like an arrow of bananas, so that meant you should touch the thing that normally hurts, so that you can get through the secret. And there's squawks again, a second squawks section in this level. Just, they really liked putting squawks in the brambles. Like... yeah. Ah, there's Feather. It's guarded by the wasps, and you need to kill the ones so that you can slip up and get without being murdered. These ones go in a circle. It's the zinger go round. Squawks makes a weird noise when it takes damage. Like, that's not a bird noise that Squawks makes. It's like a weird kind of chittering cough, almost? I don't know what that noise is. Maybe it's the sound of Squawks strangling on all these nuts in its gullet. The end of the stage is guarded by ghosts. And they're constantly throwing their attack shot at you. It's almost like they're mirroring you with the shots that you need to shoot them before they shoot you with the crate. Something like this. Like, that kind of bothered me with, like, the screen should have been larger to be able to see there. Like, on the original version of the game, you would have been able to see down there, but because we have the small screen, you can't see down there, so it's like, is there something down there that I need to grab before I jump and hit the bonus? Because if you jump down, then you can't get the bonus anymore, because you need to jump from up there. So, Kongnapped. The Zingers are kidnapping the Kong family. You need to rescue them. Here's another new gimmick for the gyrocopter, where you collect people. You need to rescue 6 hostages. And so you see here, we've got, you fly around, and you've got your little radar kind of poorly shows where there, look at that, it's Tiny Kong. I remember Tiny Kong as Dixie's sister. She was in Donkey Kong 64. And you grab her, and you bring her back to the helipad, and you saved her! Hooray! And then you go to forward, and you know, oh look, it's Tiny Kong! Look at that! By the way, you can shoot those clocks that are pickups, and they just explode. You can obliterate your extra time. If you're too slow in collecting Tiny Kong and her many clones, they can get grabbed by zingers and taken into the holes in the walls where they will be lost forever. And then you're sad. And if you lose too many of them, then you won't be able to get the 6 you need to succeed at the mission. So, like, the fact that this is clearly Tiny Kong, and there are clearly, what was that, 10 different primates dressed up as Tiny Kong? There's some lore implications here. Like, do the main members of the Kong family have, like, body doubles for them and their, like, actual direct family members? Like, does Tiny Kong get body double protection because Dixie has a high rank in the family because she's dating Diddy, who is the patriarch's good little buddy? Did they actually clone Tiny Kong a bunch of times? Is there some other weird reason that a bunch of different chimps are dressed as her? I don't know. Anyway, this gets a little tedious. It's a small area. There's only ever one Tiny Kong to rescue at a time. And then you need to drop them off and then the next one appears. Or they get taken away forever and then the next one appears. As soon as you get to 6, that's mission complete. Banana.